Guys, it's Ta. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So today is Thursday. We're about to roll into the weekend. It's my birthday weekend because my birthday is Monday. I'm super excited. But I wanted to show you guys some books that we got last week. At school, there was a book fair. And I went work the book fair. And y'all, I had so much fun. Some of these kids really went in there with the reading bug and the money burning a hole in their pocket, and they just wanted to get some really good books. And they had this one little boy especially, y'all. He just tugged at my heart so much. He had picked out like 5 or 6 books, and they had this thing this year where instead of the kids bringing cash, you could put it on like an e-wallet for them. And he didn't know how much he had, but he knew he had a good amount. And he picked out all these books, and come to find out, he was only able to get 3 out of the 5. But watching him make those decisions, I felt like myself at a bookstore. Like, we go in there and we're like, okay, these are all the ones we have. And then you look at your stack and you're like, do I really need all of those? But yeah, and then he was able to come back at the end of the week because it was grandparents' week. And his grandmother brought him in, and he was able to get the books that he put back. It was the sweetest thing ever. Like, that little kid just stole my heart that day. It was great. But I have Abby's haul right here in front of me, as well as a couple books that I got for myself. And they're a little bit more expensive when you buy from the book fair. Like, some of these I probably could have got cheaper on Amazon or like at the used bookstore, but it's also a fundraiser for the library. So like, I didn't feel that bad letting her spend, and plus her grandparents took her on her grandparent day, and she was able to get a couple more. So it all worked out. So let's see what she got. She got this one. It's called Tumble by Celia C. Perez. And this book art is just so pretty. And this one is about 12-year-old Adelia Addie Ramirez has a big decision to make when her stepfather proposes adoption. Addie loves Alex, the only father figure she's ever known, but with a new half-brother due in a few months and a big school theater performance on her mind, everything suddenly feels like it's moving too fast. She has a million questions, and the first is about the young man in the photo she found hidden away in her mother's things. Addie's sleuthing takes her to a New Mexico ranch, and her world expands to include the legendary Bravos, Rosie and Pancho, her paternal grandparents, and former professional wrestlers. Eva and Maggie, her older identical twin cousins who love to spar in and out of the ring, Uncle Matteo, whose lucha couture and advice are unmatched, and Manny, her biological father, who's in the midst of a career comeback. As luchadors, the Bravos carry a strong legacy, but being part of a family is so much harder. It's about showing up, taking off your mask, and working through challenges together. So that one sounds like it's going to be a good story about possibly meeting her paternal, grandparents, her biological father, and dealing with a stepfather and whatnot. So I think this would be a cute little read. And then she got a couple graphic novels. She got Nat for Nothing by Maria Scriven. Natalie is having a rough start to the school year. Each student has been asked to join an extracurricular activity, and Nat's 2 best friends have no trouble finding activities that interest them. Flo tries her hand at the puppetry, and Zoe makes the volleyball team with Nat's ex-best friend, Lily. So now Zoe and Lily are always together, and Nat's over it. Nat's feelings betrayed, and she still hasn't found a club to join. But when Nat meets a new student who's having the same difficulty choosing a club, they decide to create one together. Could this be the solution to her problem? So I feel like that one's going to have like the journey of getting through school and friends and whatnot for her. And then these two, we have Clash and Crunch. This little character on the front is the same little character that was in a book I bought for her called Camp, like a while back. And she liked this character so much, she saw these and had to get them. And these are by Kayla Miller. And this one is, it's no secret that Olive loves trying new things. Between taking guitar lessons, joining Berry Scouts, and leading the charge of her school's dress code reform. Olive has her hands full, but she enjoys being so busy. Nope, I read that wrong. But she enjoys being busy, so staying on track with her jam-packed schedules should be no problem, right? As the weeks fly by, it gets harder and harder for Olive to find time for her activities, never mind time for herself. Will she be able to accomplish her goals, or will all her sizzle to turn to fizzle? So yeah, it says it's a vibrant and timely story about the importance of balance, effort, and reaching out for help. So this one, again, I feel like it's a life learning lesson, like when to know to ask or possibly do it all yourself. And then we have Clash. There's a new kid in town. From the moment Natasha steps into class, it's clear she's one of the coolest kids in 6th grade. Everyone wants to be her friend, including Olive. But things might not be so easy. Olive tries her best to befriend Nat, but it seems like the only thing they have in common is that they both want to hang out with Olive's friends. Watching as Natasha gets closer with some of her best buds, Olive can't help but worry they're starting to like Nat more than like her. And who can blame them? Nat is just that cool, and Olive is, well, just Olive. So this delivers a nuanced look at navigating middle school friendships and the importance of both empathy and respect. These remind me of like this little series that my mom had got me when I was probably like 7, 8 years old, and it was kind of like that, where it showed you how to do certain things and when to ask for help. And then also they had some of the books where it was like, if you were being bratty, it showed you an alternative how to handle the situation. So I kind of feel like this author is kind of going that route, where it helps middle schoolers and, transition into school life and make it easier for themselves. All right, and then the next two she got are by the same author, and they're both thrillers, which I really think I'm going to read myself. I Know You're Lying by Daphne Benediz Grab, and then I Know Your Secret. She's already started this one. So this one is 4 7th graders who barely know one another and have nothing in common receive the same threatening email. Now they must work together to follow instructions of their anonymous blackmailer. None of them want to go along with the blackmailer's increasingly unnerving instructions, but each of them has a secret they must protect at all costs. Over the course of a single day of school, the students race against the clock to complete an unusual set of tasks. Yet as the day goes on, and they have to wonder, who is the blackmailer? Who has someone found out their deepest secret? What is it that they're being used to do? And can they stop the scheme before the truth comes spilling out? Sounds like those kids are going to do everything they can not to have their secrets spilled. So, I Know You're Lying. There's been a theft at the middle school. Sasha's bag has been stolen from her locker. The security cameras on the school's front entrance captured 4 students entering the building. Well, it's not the same students as the other book. Maddie, Jake, Nora, and Henry, each of them have a reason to dislike Sasha. Each has something to hide, but which of them is guilty? Despite their suspicions about one another, the 4 must work together to figure out what really happened before Sasha gets her revenge on all of them. Set during a single day of school, this is a gripping, twisty read about what happens when bullying goes too far, from the author of I Know Your Secret. So, these two sound pretty intriguing. Might keep you on the edge of your seat. Who knows? Alright, so that's all the ones that Abby got, specifically her. And then I picked some out because I'm at a book fair. I love books. Why not? So, first off, I did not know that Kevin Hart wrote like a middle grade ish book. I did not know that. I was super intrigued. And this one was $3 on special, so I went ahead and got that one, and it Can't get this one without getting that one. So these are about Marcus. Hey, I'm Marcus, and I need to tell you two things. The greatest comic book superhero in the world, in the history of the world, is Toothpick. And I'm not just saying that because I created him and I've been drawing him ever since I was little. Okay, maybe that is why I'm saying it, but it's true, and the whole world's going to know it once they see my movie. Toothpick Fights the Doom, which is going to happen just as soon as I make my movie. Thing two, it is hard to make a movie, especially when you've got no money, no camera, and no clue what you're doing. It's rough. I could write a whole book about how rough it is, and I did, and this is it. So start reading. These pages ain't going to turn themselves, so we're kind of seeing a little Kevin Hart comedy going on the back of the book. And then this one, but as hard as it is to get millions of eyes on your movie, it's even harder to keep them watching. So this is the second book to that. So I'm assuming that we figure out how to make a movie, and then the movie becomes very popular. So I can't wait to see what kind of humor is in these books, how the character Marcus is, as well as his Toothpick comic book. So yeah, super, super excited. And then this one I got was Amari and the Night Brothers. Now this one's been out a while, but they had it in paperback, so I went ahead and picked it up. It was only $9, so why not? So this is Amari Peters has never stopped believing her missing brother Quentin is alive. Not even when the police told her otherwise, or when she got in trouble for standing up to the bullies who said he was gone for good. So when she finds a ticking briefcase in his closet containing a nomination for a summer tryout at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, she's certain the secretive organization holds the key to locating Quentin. If only she can wrap her head around the idea of magicians, fairies, aliens, and other supernatural creatures all being real. Now she must compete for a spot against kids who've known magic their whole lives. No matter how hard she tries, Amari can't seem to escape their intense scrutiny and doubt, especially once her own supernaturally enhanced talent is deemed illegal. With an evil magician threatening the supernatural world and her classmates thinking she's an enemy, Amari has never felt more alone. But if she doesn't stick it out and pass the tryout, she may never find out what happened to Quentin. So, that's that one. And then these last two books I got at Walmart, I figured I would just throw them in here. This one is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. And I got it after Valentine's Day. And I don't know, something about the old style, like comic look cover intrigued me, as well as the title. So this is PhD candidate Phoebe Walsh has always been obsessed with true crime. She's even analyzing the genre in her dissertation if she can manage to finish writing it. It's hard to find the time while she spends the summer in Florida cleaning out her childhood home, dealing with her obnoxiously good-natured younger brother and grappling with the complicated feelings of mourning a father she hadn't had a relationship with for years. It doesn't help that she's low-key convinced that her new neighbor, Sam Dennings, is a serial killer. He may dress business casual by day, but at night he's clearly up to something. It's not long before Phoebe realizes that Sam might be something much scarier, a genuinely nice guy who can pierce her armor to reach her vulnerable heart. And I love me some true crime podcasts and things like that. Books about serial killers. Yes, please. And then the last one, I got it on a deal, y'all. Y'all need to check y'all Walmart for it if you were looking. This is volume 2 of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I have volume 1. I haven't started it. But you see that price tag right there. $12.74. This rang up $1.27 last week. So if you are in need of getting Heartstopper, check your local Walmart. You might get it at 90% off. I don't know if it was a glitch, if they wound up putting this towards Valentine's and it 90'd. I don't know, but check your Walmart if you need volume 2. So yeah, that is the haul from the book fair and a little bit from Walmart. I can't wait to read all of these. I'm really considering reading Abby's 2 thrillers here because they sound good. Because I did read a Scholastic book, like this size, not that long ago, about a kid who went missing, and I think she died in a lake or something. That was crazy to be a kid's book. I could see some kids getting scared by it, others maybe just being intrigued by it. But yeah, definitely a good time at the book fair, both buying the books and working with the kids to help them pick out the perfect book. And yeah, I can't wait. But unfortunately, that is the last, that's the only book fair they're going to have this year. Sometimes they have 2 a year, but this year is the first year they finally have it back since COVID, and there's only one. So, and she's done with elementary school this year. She'll be going to junior high, and I don't know if they do book fairs at junior high. I'm going to have to find out because I definitely enjoyed working with the kids. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.